Check, 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 check. All right. Blitz World, how we feeling? Welcome back to the lunch table, food for thought. My name is Nico Blitz. Always coming at you with the best interviews for this podcast. And you guys and girls know I love interviewing the Filipino community. And man, look, everybody has been excited ever since I mentioned this interview. You might know him for his hit record on YouTube that has just been resonating for like over a decade, Lemonade. Jeremy Passion, what's
What's
poppin',
up? What's
man?
up? Hey, what's up, Nico? How you doing, man?
I'm doing amazing, man. I was telling you behind camera it's been a busy day and I just
Yep.
can't wait to finally talk to you, bro. But how have you been?
I've been blessed, man. I've been real good, man. Tired, because I got a newborn at the
I
house now.
saw.
So yeah, it's been crazy.
Bro, can
Yeah.
I just say your newborn has a really nice name.
Oh, thank
It
you,
was
thank
a
you.
Can you
Yeah.
remind us of the name?
It's Macklin. Yeah, Macklin.
Macklin. How do
Yeah.
you come up with the name Macklin?
So originally we wanted a girl. Even with my toddler, his name is Nolan. Man, we wanted a girl too. So we wanted to name her Noe, and then because we ended up having a boy, we had to find out like a way to make it like a boy name. So we thought the name Nolan was good. So with Macklin, we actually wanted a girl named McKenna. And then when that didn't happen, we're just like, all right, well then we'll just do the boy version iteration of it, and then it ended up being Macklin. So yeah,
Said, "Oh man, we got a boy. We might as well
two
just figure
boys.
out a boy name."
Just might as well. Yeah.
You know it's
Yeah.
recorded now, right? So when Macklin's older, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, this is what your dad said. He wishes he had a
Yeah.
boy or a girl."
Yeah. He's gonna
I'm
find
just
out for
messing
sure.
with you, man. But
Yeah,
yo,
man.
I honestly just want to get this out the way, bro. Like, I heard through the grapevine you actually got some beef with Gabe Bondoc.
I was
I
afraid.
don't mean to come at you like hella harsh really quick, but I'm like,
Yeah.
can we like you know.
I was afraid you're gonna bring that up, man. But yeah, man. No, he's just talking smack, man. Just man, Bondoc, man. He's got to get out of my face, bro. So I don't know. I don't want to talk about that. So I mean, it's cool.
Man, I also heard that, I don't know if you've seen like AJ Raphael's videos,
Yeah.
but a
Yeah.
lot of people been coming up to him and being like, "Yo, you're the guy who made Lemonade."
Oh yeah, I know. You know what? And he makes it sound like that. He makes it sound like that. He says it's not really him, but actually, I've been hearing some things through the grapevine that he's actually claiming Lemonade as his, man. So I'm just like, bro,
Damn.
all right, I'm coming to SoCal, and it's going down. So all right, I got to bring the yeet.
We're just playing, man. There ain't no beef
Yeah, yeah.
between
No beef,
Jeremy
no
and
beef.
Gabe. Ain't no beef
All
between
love,
him and
all love.
AJ.
Yeah, yeah.
But you have seen the videos though, right? I actually think AJ's videos are kind of hilarious.
They're awesome. They're awesome, and it actually happens too, even on both sides. They think one time somebody stopped me at In and Out, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, AJ, I love your music," and I was like, "Okay, but that's not me." So thank you. I'll
Yeah.
forward the message now,
Oh
but
man. I
it's
mean,
crazy
I think at the end of the day though, like it's cool to see like all of you in your individual careers and like see each of you thrive truthfully.
for sure,
Like,
for
I
sure.
think it's funny because I think when people just think of Jeremy Passion, they'll automatically think of Lemonade, but
Right.
your sophomore album too, which dropped a couple years ago, and
Yep.
literally for the past couple of years it's just been like EPs and singles between you, Melissa, and
Yep.
Gabe.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
does it get kind of tiring if people just constantly bring up Lemonade, Lemonade, Lemonade?
Okay. Half of me feels that way sometimes, just because it's like I'm more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I feel like, but to me, I feel like I've grown. I wrote Lemonade when I was 16 years old. I was in high school in San Francisco when I wrote Lemonade, and then it wasn't until like I was like 17 or 18 that I actually started doing music as a thing. So Lemonade has been with me for like half my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Wow.
a part of me is really like, oh man, I want folks to hear the real side of me, the bigger side of me. But at the same time, it's like I'm thankful at the same time, because it's like, who gets to say that in their career they made something that kind of rocket, you know, like just like brought everything that you've done into, like, basically started it out, right? So I'm honestly like just super thankful for it, and at the same time I'm happy that I can still sing it after all these years, and the fact that it's evolved for like so many years. Like TikTok is eating it up in some kind of way. It was brought in like as a ukulele version, and I was just like, dude, like this is crazy how it's still living on in 2021 in some kind of way. So it's
Well,
crazy.
I think as a, you said you created that song when you were 16, and that's when
Yeah,
YouTube had just started too. I
yeah,
don't
yep.
think like you especially anticipated that it would even be on TikTok, that it would be like recreated with a Inigo and also Gabe. Like,
Nope, nope. Yeah, it was definitely, it's definitely a surprise, man. Like I said, it's like with some of my friends. One of my boy Ernest, he always calls it, you know, like the lemonade, unlimited lives lemonade, just because it always lives. It just lives in some kind of way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. I'm thankful though. I'm thankful.
so
Yeah.
like get us through the process. Do you even remember like how and why you created? I'm sure you've answered this many times, but for the lunch table record, we want to get it on here.
All
Like,
right.
you're
All right.
16 years old. First of all, wait. What high school did you go to? Because I'm from San Francisco too.
Yeah, I know that that's exactly the question when somebody goes, "I'm from the city," and then they tell you the high school, and you're like, you ain't from San Francisco." But I went to I went to John O'Connell High School in the Mission. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's
Yeah, I
high
went to
school
Reardon.
technology. Oh yeah, 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 for sure, for
Yeah,
sure. Right next to City College. So
yes, sir.
there you
So
go.
at John
Yeah.
O'Connell, you're
hmm
16 years old. What do you do? How does the process of Lemonade even happen?
So I just started playing guitar when I was 16, and I've always been influenced by R&B, and I played piano since I was a kid. I taught myself how to play, and I've always been so inspired by like chords and R&B, Boyz II Men, Brian McKnight, Michael Jackson, like all those sounds. So then when I started playing guitar, I learned like one chord, and I was like, dude, this just sounds so regular. It just sounds like a regular chord. So I had to figure out how to change these chords into kind of a, my style, R&B, right? And
Yeah.
I started teaching myself how to play guitar when I was 16, and I learned the classic 2-5-1 chord progression, which is exactly what that chord progression is. And I started writing about this concept in my head about, like this person just being exactly everything you need. And it's funny, Lemonade, I only mentioned Lemonade once on that song. It's not like the song is about lemonade, right?
Yeah.
But the song was inspired by a glass of lemonade. So I was at my friend's house and I asked if he had anything to drink. So homie went to the kitchen and he stirred up some country time lemonade. Everybody gets that country time lemonade powder from
Ooh.
Costco. Growing up, I was like, dude, we had country time straight up. And he gave me this tall glass of lemonade, and I drank it because it was so hot outside. And I said, this is exactly what I needed. And that's kind of what sparked
Hmm.
this whole idea that sometimes the people we love, the people we have in our life, our relationships, our family, God, we find them to be exactly what we need at times, just like that glass of lemonade. So
Mm.
the title, I didn't want to call it exactly what I need. And I said, man, this song is about this song was inspired by Lemonade, so I'm gonna call it Lemonade, and it's
Mm.
stuck. It's a thing now. So yeah,
First of all, I find a fallacy in your story because you said it was a hot day in San Francisco. Bro, there are never any
it's
hot
a
days in
rare.
San Francisco.
It's rare. It's rare. I mean, one would say though 75 is pretty hot. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even pretty hot at all. So
Hey, 75 is pretty hot, but I know
yeah.
somebody in this chat room right now. Her name's Wow Lao Lao. She's from Hawaii. And we
Okay.
were talking one time, and she was like, "Yeah, it's 75 in Hawaii right now. I'm wearing a hoodie." I said, "Oh my God. You were spoiled, my friend. 75, you wearing a hoodie?
Right. Right.
Come
Right.
on."
That's tripping. Yeah, tripping for sure.
I do want to say the first time I met you was I think it was some sort of Filipino festival. I forgot the name of the Filipino festivals back in the city. But I want to say you were either performing in downtown San Francisco
Mm-hmm.
or you were performing like at the back of Ceremony. And I
Ooh.
have a photo of us, but I forgot. I just don't know where it is.
Okay. it's probably Yeah, I wouldn't want to see it if you did either, because I'm
I wouldn't
pretty
want to see it
sure.
either, bro.
Yeah, no, just
But
man.
you've literally been doing this for a long time. So like, after the creation of the song, it obviously
Yeah.
goes viral on YouTube. Like, what do you do afterwards? Like, what was the next step? Because this has been just so unprecedented at that time. Like, you probably didn't even know what to do next.
Bro, this was even honestly, it was before YouTube became an actual thing, right?
Mm,
People were downloading Lemonade off LimeWire and Kazaa and Napster, during those times, and it was illegal, because artists were saying like, "Yo, you guys are stealing our tracks." But to me, as an artist that just recorded it as a 16, 17-year-old at home, I was like, "Bro, why? Go ahead, like take the song." Right? I didn't know how to put it out, right? So then I started getting emails and messages from people in like Jersey and New York and then Australia and all these different places, and I was like, how is this internet thing like what's going on with this? I don't get it. I don't get why folks are listening to it, over there. And then lo and behold, I started getting opportunities from like anything, like even just people going, yo, like sing at my cotillion, sing at my debut, my debut, sing at my church, sing at my university. And then it started going up to it started going up to folks that had like productions companies and say, yo, I want to bring you down, you got a following over here in New Zealand, you got a following over here in London, like
wow,
let me just bring you down. And that's kind of like my beginnings of traveling, and this was like 18 years old, 17 when I got out of high school. So it
that's
was
wild.
it's been
Would
it's
you say
been
that
ever
was like
since.
the would you say that was like the biggest performance at that time, like you traveling all the way to New Zealand just to perform?
So some of my biggest concerts was in the beginning of all this. It was in Sydney, in Australia.
Mm.
I had a concert. I was 19 or 18 years old, and I had a concert of 2,500 people, sold out venue. And I didn't know how to be an artist. I was just a freaking high school. I just got out of high school, right? And so I felt like this is crazy. People are actually listening to my songs, um, and it was real crazy. And then I did a thing at Bondi Beach, which is over in Sydney as well, and that was like for World Youth Day, like this huge thing, and there was 11,000 people at that beach, and there I am, 19, 20 years old, and I'm just thinking to myself, why am I even here? Like this is insane. So it was crazy. Yeah, it was
That's
crazy.
insane, man. I mean, performing just knowing that you created that off just a simple glass of lemonade, right? And then it
Hmm.
it seemed like it quickly evolved into like, wow, well now I'm already in Australia, now I'm already in New Zealand, now it's 11,000 people, now it's like
Yeah,
20,000 people.
yeah, yeah.
And to know that it's still evolving to this day is extremely crazy. But like even at that time, what were there any talks of you like getting signed? Because those sound
Yeah,
like huge feats, bro.
yeah, 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 yeah. I have gotten a few offers from some major labels, three or four from my memories of the first 5 years, 6 years of my career. Even one where I had to fly out to New York. I was right in the office of the CEO of this specific company, which I don't want to name, but it's
Yeah.
they're there, and contract on hand. We wanna sign you. We want you to do this and stuff. And um, I've always been a guy that has always kind of followed my discernment and intuition and kind of my feeling about people. So like I've always organically gravitated to people that I feel like I can really vibe with, right?
Mhm.
So a lot of times during that time I was still trying to figure myself out, and it just didn't feel right that felt like I was still trying to develop myself. And I always had like a message in my music, and I always had a sound, and I was scared, what if I signed it? This is a lot of money, but like what if I sign this and I lose who I am? I was still trying to figure out who I was, and a lot of times it feels like I still am, right? So,
Mhm.
but along the way, I realize I've made the right choices, right? Because like the destination isn't necessarily to be famous. The destination is to be happy, and to find joy in what you do, and to find purpose in what you do. Like, who cares if someone is famous? Things come and go or whatever. So that's kind of my thing, and it's always been my thing, even till this day. So I'm proud, and I'm happy that I've made the decisions that led me to where I'm at now. And yeah, it's been good.
Can everybody just soak that in for a hot second, man? The goal is not to be famous. The goal is to be happy. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
passion, it's because, like, I've talked to so many artists, and it's like, people end up signing for many reasons. Maybe like it's the biggest bag that they've ever seen in their life, and they probably got to get out of a situation, right?
Right,
So
right, right.
that, to me, like, that's like extremely reasonable. But
Yeah.
then I'll find people who, especially at a young age, are just like, oh yeah, yeah, let's sign. And then years later, you figure out, like, oh, like, I signed a bad deal. They won't let me out of my deal, blah, 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 woo de woo. And I'm like,
Right.
well, I mean, look at the situation that you put yourself through. You followed money as opposed to following what really made you happy.
Right,
There's
right.
so many instances where people sign, and honestly, like, the person who, the audience will be like, oh, well, they sold their life away. They sold
Mm-hmm.
out. And truthfully, that's the case for a lot of
Right,
people.
right, right, right. But it's not always black and white too. For some people, like they were meant for the stars. They were meant for the moon. You know what I'm saying? In that kind of way, like they have that quality within them, that X factor to, and they need to be out there because people need to see them in that huge limelight. You know what I'm saying? So, but for me, I just man, like I just knew I just knew for myself, like it was very 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 important for me to talk about my message, with people, and still feel like I still had a lot of journeying to do before making a big decision like that, because I've heard stories as well, and I have friends myself, that have gone through it and say, man, like they shelved me, for years. They disappeared, basically disappeared off the internet, and it's hard to get back. So for me, I feel like, man, just like, yeah, I don't know, learning along the way, and I'm happy I made certain decisions. So it's good.
Well, honestly, even if we look at your Spotify, like, it's booming, bro.
It
It's,
is. I'm
it's
happy.
freaking booming.
Yeah, stream life, man. That stream life is real now, so it's crazy. It's good.
And
It's good.
and I feel like the stream life, especially as an artist, has helped someone out like yourself. People who just simply wanted to, like, download the record, now they could just play it, and now it's on playlists, and because people know it, everyone's gonna put it on their playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, like, the we hear stories about, like, oh, the industry's kind of like weird now because of, like, streaming and it affects, but, like, I
Yeah.
feel like it's definitely, like, helped you, as it's helped Gabe, as it's helped Melissa, as it's helped
Right.
AJ.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I think this is the new. I think this is the new wave for artists, is to be able to put music out that's basically going to live in other forms. Like it's not just something that it's not just a cover you put on Instagram, or no, and this and that. It's people actually putting out music that is their music. So at least for me, that's always been important to me, is putting out my songs. I want my story to be put out there. Sure, folks can go, oh, bro, like I love your So Sick from 10 years ago, or your Catered to You with Melvin 15 years ago, and it's like, thank you, or your collaborations with Tori Kelly, and I think a lot of people, of course, mean well, but I want people to see, aside from all that is only in my with my purpose. I only want you to see that and feel that if it leads you to possibly hearing my actual stories through my songs, right? Because I'm a songwriter. I'm not. I sing only to. I sing only to put a voice to my writings. I play piano and I play guitar only to put a sound to my story. So I don't consider myself, oh, this amazing singer, amazing keyboardist, amazing pianist. I use them as tools, to get my message
Mhm.
out. So yeah.
Speaking of songwriting too, I did read somewhere, like, you actually wrote for Slim of 112 at one point, yeah?
Oh yeah, one of my inspirations, man. Grew up 112 was one of my top. Drew Hill 112, Boys to
Whew.
Men. Some of those are just like, bro, like my heart. Like I grew up with their songs. So when Slim asked me to write on one of his albums, his Love's Crazy album, I wrote a song called More, and it was like an interlude, acoustic interlude, which was like
Ooh.
totally my kind of style. And he used it on his song, and he sang it, and it was just like amazing to hear his voice, the voice that I grew up, the voice that I learned chords through hearing their songs, is now him singing my through my chords and my
E-
words. So I was like,
Everything comes full circle, man.
yeah, yeah, it's
Everything
good.
comes. How did that relationship even happen?
He let's see. I guess he heard my music through his at the time when somebody he was in a relationship with, who's also one of my friends now, and you know, she she showed my music to him, and I was still like a young cat, you know, even during that time, and he liked my style, so I flew down to Atlanta, and I got the chance to stay with him, work with them like side by side. I even went to like a studio and met Young Jock and all that stuff in the studio, and
Dang,
I'm like, bro, meet me in the app. It's going
it's going
down.
down,
But it was cool.
man.
That's cool,
You
man.
hear that? Jeremy Passion went all the way to the trenches, and he
Yeah, I
met
was
Young.
in the trench. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
man. Oh,
man, that
yeah.
must have been a pretty like interesting experience too, especially at that age.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Everything, if even things nowadays, man, like just even traveling for all these years, man, things
Hmm.
still amaze me, dude. I'm still amazed by, and I've traveled to 36 countries, the past 16 years with doing music. But things still amaze me, and I think that's kind of a key to it is just not to lose your wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like you it's easy to go, oh, I've been doing this for heck a long, and you're tired of it, fall in love with music again, like fall in love with wondering and wandering, and so that's kind of always been my thing. I'm still amazed by these
Yeah.
opportunities. Yeah.
Well, it's honestly like, as you said, like finding something in the music that makes you want to do it again. I remember interviewing AJ. I think this was about a year ago, back 2 years ago. Jesus Christ, 2019, right?
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
he had just said that, obviously had took a hiatus, and I was like, "Why did you take a hiatus?" He said, "Honestly, bro, like I was trying to like find myself, and like he couldn't find that something in the music that really made him want to like do it again."
Right.
And,
Right.
granted, he had like some stuff going on in his life, but he said he eventually found it. And
Yeah.
now, just like you, like he's learned to adapt. And in this day and age, he's on Twitch and he's doing everything he's doing on Twitch now. For you, it just seems like you have always just found some sort of spark, because between like an EP, between your project a couple years ago, some EPs, and you constantly working, like it just seems like it never disappeared. So, as of recently, especially like during pandemic, like where does that spark come from for you?
Ooh, okay. Well, I mean, it's very broad to say, but I mean, just life in general, man. Like living
Mhm.
life, like life in the pause, has always provided what's in the play, and that's something that I kind of took to my pause album, my second album, the two. It's two. It's actually a pause symbol. That's my sophomore
Ah,
album. Yeah, and those songs actually came from me, not came from my hiatus, right? And a lot of people would always go, "Oh, like where the heck have you been? You haven't been putting music out." During that time I was getting married. I was newly married, and I didn't know how to balance like the whole everything together, and I felt guilty because I felt people were saying, "Where have you been? You kind of just fell off and you didn't do anything."
oof.
When I just saw that. Yeah, I just fell off, but when really I had to live that life. Like life happens in the pause, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
and then people only get to see what who you are when you press play, but life, everything that you have in that, everything you hear is everything you haven't really seen, outside of
yeah.
social media and all that kind of stuff. So I needed that time to build life in me so that I could pour back out into my music and write those songs. So that's kind
Oh
of where it
my
came from.
god. Yo,
Yeah,
I don't know about everybody in this channel, but I'm getting so much like wisdom and gem from you, man.
I'm an
So
old
many.
man, dude. I'm pretty old. I'm an old man. So yeah,
Look, man,
I've
I'm about to creep into my 30s. I'm about to be
uh,
28 in a couple weeks, and I'm like, yo, like I'm already feeling it.
yeah,
But
man. Yeah, man.
honestly, there's still so many things that I need to learn. And like I was literally just talking on this other Twitch channel the other day, like, the good thing about, myself is that like I always like to ask questions and I always like to learn more. and I always
Yeah,
want to make sure that like I'm on top of my game, and the only way to do that is to ask more questions. For
absolutely.
you, like who
Yeah.
would you consider like some of your like mentors in the game that that you still continue to ask questions
Oh
from?
man. Okay. Joe Coy. Yeah, I got him the chance to. I was on the road with him for like 2.5 years. A few
Ooh.
years ago, yeah, I used. I don't, if some of you guys ever been to some of Joe Coy's show, you probably saw me in the beginning of the show, opening up singing my R&B songs, and then at the end, playing R&B with him and him doing the whole, Biggie impersonations and all this stuff. That was, like there was a time that I was with him for a minute, and we've been on road trips and planes together, and kind of just learning from him. And he's been, he was an inspiration to me, just to see a Filipino, American out there, people not looking at the fact that he's Filipino. And I mean, of course, people that's a pull, but at the same time, it was because he was funny. I mean, he had jokes, like he knew how to make people smile, and I had a lot of wisdom, learning from him. Um, yeah, man. Just a lot of people. Actually, I was just talking to somebody earlier today. I'm kind of in a project right now which I can't talk about fully
Mhm.
until everything actually comes out to light. But I had a conversation with somebody in the industry, and he just dropped like truth bombs, man. Like, and he opened up my eyes a little bit because he goes like, "Where would Michael Jackson be without the hee hee, and the shamona and the
Yoo-hoo!
yeah, 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 all those things? Nobody told him to do that. That's
Look, no,
him.
nobody, bro. Nobody told him to
Can
do
you?
this.
Yeah. Oh shoot. Okay. I see you, bro. I see you leaning on that chair. No,
You
swear.
feel me?
No. Yeah, yeah. No, but nobody told him to do that, and yet he's like he is who he is. People know who he is. Prince wrote a lot of bad songs, but he wrote a lot of really good songs, and people will remember him for that. And to me, I feel like you just got to be yourself, man. Like that's kind of, I've learned that just being yourself. At the end of the day, man, you got to like what you put out. You can't just put
Mm,
out stuff just because you think this is what everybody's listening to nowadays, or man, that style is this and that or whatever. Of course, grow, and of course,
yeah.
hone your skills and learn how to move with the times, but not because of the approval and the likes and the validation of other people. Do it because you need to grow. You're an artist and you need to grow. And I think that's something that I really, recently just felt like, man, that's some good word, man. And I'm glad I got that advice from people. So it was good.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
like what tends to happen is that an artist will come out with like a brand new sound, and then everyone
Yeah.
is gonna just capitalize on it. Like,
Yeah.
did you know,
Yeah.
like for instance,
Yeah.
did you know that trap soul, they're trying to make trap soul like its own genre.
Mm.
But guess who came up with trap soul?
Who
Shouts
came
out
up
to
with trap
Bryson
song?
Tiller.
Bryson Till. Oh yeah, totally, totally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure,
But
you
you
can
get what
definitely
I'm
hear that.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. It's like there's only a small amount of people who are willing to try something extremely new.
Right.
Like Lil Nas X, for example, as much as everyone wants to talk about how Old Town Road is just like so weird or whatnot, it's like say whatever you want to say,
Yeah.
but this man literally made history
He
doing
did.
something that y'all didn't want to do.
Yep. 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 Exactly. Exactly. And people that would laugh at it until it actually happened, and then all of a sudden the other artists were just like, "Oh, it's safe to do this now because apparently it's doing something." But really, it's like, bro, it's the mindset of just of keep growing, but also continue to be yourself, and also trying stuff that you never thought you'd try before. So
Amen
that's
to that,
that's
man.
good.
Amen to that. I was actually just listening to your Thankful Project with
Cool.
Melissa and Gabe the
Yeah.
other day.
Yeah.
And and this goes with the breaking boundaries type of conversation, right? But like
Yeah.
you guys literally sound like a movie set when you guys are singing.
Oh
I think
yeah.
even
Wow.
that's just like an example of because you guys are singing like together. I mean, all of you like obviously your own separate artists, but it's like these collaborations are just like so rare nowadays. It's like everyone just wants to do something by themselves. They want to make their own beat. They want to sing
Yeah.
their own song. They don't want to
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
anybody like overpower. But like you guys have just constantly been working with each other like so much, and like it creates music that is just non-existent in present day.
Yeah, bro, like honestly, there is so much power in collaboration. Like I think a lot of people are yeah, a lot of people are scared because it also deals with a lot of chemistry, right? You gotta know, you gotta work right well with the people that you work with, and sometimes it doesn't work. But Gabe, Melissa, and I, we work so well together, and I'm telling you, we've been on so many Zoom meetings throughout quarantine, 2020, Zoom meetings, Zoom sessions, sharing, even just sharing memes and joking all day long in our group chat. We realize it's stronger together. Sometimes it's good to put out stuff like this just for the love of it. And I think organically we really work well together because I've been in a few songwriting sessions with people that just no, doesn't cut it. Like, sorry y'all, I'm sorry we don't work well together, but
Mm.
Melissa and Gabe is just all organic, man. We come up with some ideas. We've been on, we're finishing up an EP right now, so it's our second EP. Yeah, it's coming out. It's gonna be
Wow,
good.
man. Is that in addition to the project that you were talking about earlier, or?
So Thankful was the one who came out. Believe it's 2019, and
Yeah.
then we were supposed to come out at the end of 2020. Hopeful, which was another EP that we're doing. We released actually how many songs? Two songs on
Yeah, 2
Please Don't
records.
Say, Real, and then we also did a project with Come Together, which is another album that we did together with some other folks, and then we're finishing another three or four songs. So that should be coming out soon, and it's good.
So it's
Yeah.
so you have you have your own project and you have your project with Gabe and
Yeah.
Melissa.
So I have my EP. I have
Got
Gabe
you.
Gabe and Melissa's project, and then I have another project I'm involved in right now, which you'll see soon. I'm super excited about it. I can't say anything really about it. That's all.
Man, come on, man. You know this is a waste of an interview if you don't give me the answer,
I
bro.
know.
Give me the freaking answer.
Give me the good stuff. Yeah. So.
The people want I need an exact drop date. I need to
Yeah.
know who you're just just burn your NDA, bro. It's all good.
Oh man. Yeah. Just,
I'm kidding,
bro.
man. You know, we actually had a really good question in here, and I'm gonna try to
Cool.
find it. But I think Ube-Wan Kenobi, mind you, we have people in the
Hey.
UK tapped in right now. It's 3 a.m. in the UK right now, and people are watching you, bro.
Oh my. Hey
And
guys. Hello. Wagwan blood. Wagwan.
Wagwan, Wagwan.
Yeah.
Oh, I found the question, man. So, what words of wisdom would you tell your 16-year-old self after what you've experienced on this life journey so far?
Oh. Uh, what words of wisdom would you tell your 16-year-old self after what you've experienced? I would tell my 16-year-old self, I guess a few things. Stay true to your message. Um, I think, yeah, stay true to your message. Don't wear fedora hats. I don't know. There was a man. I don't know, man. I had a man that there's just, bro. I cannot look at some of my YouTube videos, man, or shows. Just I'm like, why, man? And I know now. Whatever. I've been rocking freaking giant, just a black and white Giants hat, man. That's just me now. I don't care. Whatever. T-shirt, North Face shirt, whatever, dude. Just let the music speak for yourself. You don't gotta be a walking statement. You know what I'm saying? Unless that's your thing, whatever. But there was just a moment, man. I didn't. Yeah. So I think I would say, just bro, like, I don't know, don't do too much on the stuff because that's not really you. I'm not really like a flashy guy. Sometimes
Yeah.
yeah. That's kind of my. Just stay true to yourself, man. Write your stories. Write it down. That's kind of my thing. And things will be okay. Things will be okay. I didn't know as a 30. I'm 34 now, which is pretty old. So I didn't know as a 34-year-old.
Bro,
And
you don't look a
bro,
day over 28.
you ever you never remember in high school you would like have a teacher and then they'd be like, yeah, I'm 28 years old or something, and you'd be like, that's old. And you
Bro.
just thought about that, that's old. And I'm just like, dude, and I'm 34 right now. So it's just crazy. Yeah, just things will be okay, man. 34. I got a family. I got
Mm.
3 kids. I got two, two of my own, and I got my stepson KJ. And you're still doing music then, and I think, yeah, I would tell my 16-year-old self that things will be okay as long as you keep being yourself and staying true to who you are. So
And man, that's some high quality H2O. You feel me?
yeah, that's some
Yeah,
high quality H2O.
man. There we go. There we go, man.
I love mama. I don't know.
Oh, what is your favorite Bay Area slapper to gig to? The
Ooh.
record that will get Jeremy Passion going in the club, man.
Oh man, so many good ones. So many good ones. Uh shoot, bro. I mean, classic. Tell me when to go. Of course,
Woo.
whenever DJs mix that in anywhere, you're just like, man. Freaking. What is that? This
Oh, Thizzle
the
Dance.
Thizzle dance. Yeah, Thizzle dance.
Come on, you gotta
Freaking.
pop your collar to that if you're gonna say
Oh,
Thizzle
I know you.
Dance.
You
Yeah,
know.
there we go. There we go.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it. Cringe. Man, just a lot of good stuff. Just a lot of Kaylani stuff too. You know what I mean? Even just Kaylani in general. I represent Kaylani, and I'll hear them, and you just go, that's Bay right there, or even her and stuff. Like, I know it's not all Thiz and hyphy or whatever, but I still
Yeah.
claim it. We still claim it. It's Bay.
Hey, I
So
mean, there's a couple things that have been happening over these past couple of years that I'm so proud of, right? One, that the Bay Area is just going bananas right now.
yes, I know what you're talking about already. So
And two, the Filipinos have been going crazy over these past couple of years.
come on.
Huge shout out to Mix Global. Huge shout out to her who just performed at the
Yes,
Super Bowl, man.
history in the making,
So much history,
bro.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
you being in this game for such a long time. And I will say I ask every Filipino this question, but I like to get perspective.
Yeah.
How do you feel knowing that Filipinos are like we're getting there. We're inching through the industry. We're making ourselves known. How
It
does it
feels
feel?
it feels good, man. It feels good to be brown, man. It's a good time to be brown. It's a good time to look back and realize, yo, like we're a strong people. We're a talented people. We're people that loves music, and we're actually breaking some ground in different places, online, independent, and in the majors. It's not just, oh, we're waiting for somebody in the majors or whatever. We got folks there. And
Mm.
I think it's a good day to it's a good time to live, man. It's a good day. So
It is a good day, and
yes, sir.
not to like flip the script like a little bit too much, but it's a good day, but it's also a bad day too right now. Like I think with like the recent attacks toward
Oh yeah,
AAPI, bro, like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's ridiculous. It sucks knowing that like a lot of these things happen in the Bay, a
yeah,
lot of these things happen in New York, and in regards to like the recent AAPI attacks, which are obviously geared with racism, like
yep.
what are your thoughts about everything going on right now? And as you being a Filipino American, like how can we improve ourselves as Filipino Americans and do better?
Okay, I'll be the first to say I'm a little guilty because I've been reading up and I've been watching everybody talk about it, but I haven't been active myself,
Mm,
and actually posting about it. I kind of feel like, man, it was just like, oh, dude, this is like it's all happening so fast, everything going on. So I will be the first to say, like I haven't necessarily been as active as I should be,
mm,
in the community and talking about it, but I think it's something. I don't know. I think it's something worth coming together for, and I think it's something that we all should start. If not, you guys already been talking about it, which I'm talking to myself here. I think it's something worth talking about and sharing because we're also people minorities. You know what I'm saying? We're also minorities, and we stood for folks during the movements and Black Lives Matter and all those things and stuff,
mm.
and we should be able to stick to stand for our own peoples, our own side. So I don't know. Yeah, I think I just need to be more proactive. So that's really all I can say about that.
Well, honestly, it's good that you even like admit that. I think the initial problem is that people don't initially admit that.
Yeah,
Like truthfully, like it wasn't. I mean, obviously, we know everything that was going on with Black Lives Matter over these past couple of years, but
right.
it honestly wasn't until last year where I just started actually like researching and whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah.
And even shouts out to One Down Media. I don't know if you follow them on Instagram, but
I know one down meeting. Yeah.
they put out some dope content, and they put out a post the other day, and they were saying that it's because of like black people. They actually um they were doing a protest that actually enabled something for the Filipinos in the Philippines to actually migrate into the US.
Oh,
There's a post. There is
I
a post.
I gotta check that out. Yeah, I didn't check that out. Wow.
I'll DM it
Okay.
to you, man. I'll
Yeah,
DM it to
bro.
you.
I'll,
But
I'll definitely want to check that out. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, y'all. Like solidarity. Don't look at the surface level of what's happening right now. Think about like, okay, well, how can we all help each other now? Because we don't know if they've helped us in the past before, and even if people have not helped us in the past before,
Yeah.
we should just start now.
Yeah. For sure. For
So,
sure. I'm with that. I'm with it.
Passion. A couple more questions, my friend.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
but oh well, that's funny. Wow, Lalo didn't realize that her is actually Filipino.
Oh yeah.
But Nikizel actually has a question for you. But what musician do you admire the most and why?
Musician I admire the most. Man, I've never been like a favorite kind of person. I've kind of always had a slew of people because I kind of get different things from different people. So I would say, as I grew up, some people that have really inspired me in the songwriting world. James Taylor.
Mm,
He's been one of my favorites growing up. Just kind of hearing my dad used to play his tapes back in the day, and we would drive to Southern California where my mom's side was, and we would just listen to it on the five,
there
or the
we go.
101. So just hearing his songs kind of got me, dude. Like this guy does not even need to sing like Stevie Wonder or Michael Jackson. He's just like mellow dude. You know what I'm saying? Just mellow playing his guitar, but his songs, man, make me cry. I remember crying like listening to
Oh
one of his
wow.
songs when I was a kid, and I realized that's kind of how I wanted my own music to influence people is to get people to connect to it, right? Make people
Hmm.
feel something. I would say Brian McKnight, Jamie Foxx, Stevie Wonder, and Quincy Jones have been kind of my inspirations on the keys growing up. So I've kind of always listened to them, and I've always learned a lot of the things that I wanted through hearing their ear and their music. Vocally, Craig David has always been one of my
Yes.
upbringing inspirations. That's why I do the whole
Yes.
acoustic R&B thing. Robin Thicke before he was evolution of Robin Thicke. So Beautiful World Thicke back in high school. Yeah, bro, like before all that. I'm talking about he had an album called Beautiful World. He was just called Thicke. He was one of my inspirations. It's funny. He's called Thicke. Yeah.
Hey man,
It's funny
it
to think about
works.
it. Yeah, Thicke. Oh man. And then Music Soul Child is one of my biggest inspirations as well. John Mayer. John Mayer is probably one of my favorite songwriters out there, and just too many. I just don't have just one person, and yeah.
Hey man, pull from a lot of inspirations. You mix it all up, and there you go. That's Jeremy Passion, everybody.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
Jeremy
sir.
Passion, I know you got your project coming out this week, or not this
Hmm.
week, but this year. But is there anything else that everybody can look forward to in 2021 from Jeremy Passion?
Yes. Well, so the MPG EP, I think you guys will really love. There's some really great songs that we've been working on. We're continuing again because it was a little bit of a hiatus when my son came, and I've been kind of taking a little break, being a dad, changing diapers and whatnot, and just pretty much the MPG, my own EP, which kind of has a new element into my music because 2020 allowed me to kind of hone my production skills a little bit.
Hmm.
A lot of people have known me for the acoustic stuff, and I do acoustic. I love acoustic stuff, but bro, like my passion has always been the keys, like keys, chords, all those things, and just incorporating that into my music. for these next projects have been always like, dude, it's been a blast. I think 2020, I put out more music within quarantine than I ever have in any year ever, anytime. So it's been fun, man. The projects have been amazing. I've been having a blast. It's been great.
Man,
Yeah.
that's amazing. I honestly can't wait to hear your projects coming out, especially if it's all self-produced, man. And
Yes. Yes.
my absolute last question, because I know I needed to ask this.
Cool.
So obviously, Jeremy Passion, Lemonade, right? If there was one song, one other song outside of Lemonade that you could recommend to anybody, what would it be? Of yours.
Oh, of mines. Okay, I
Of
was like,
yours.
dude, there's a lot of
Yeah, a
great
song
songs
of
out there.
yours.
Ooh, man. Okay, out of my bro. Okay, so like, I would say my favorite song outside of Lemonade is "Better" on my Pause album. And I know it's like totally different because you have Lemonade is super acoustic, but Better is like it's my heart. It's like my sound, and inside here, inside, not what everybody else hears, but that's my heart. So I would say Better. There's even a lyric on the song Better that goes, even better than lemonade on a summer day. Like the, oh yes, I said it. Like there's a little thing like that. So it's a good song. I like it a lot, and I feel like I had a lot of fun producing that and working with different musicians to help me with that one. So
There you go,
Better.
y'all. Make sure you check
Yes.
out Better by Jeremy
And,
Passion.
and bye bye last year, the bye bye song that I came out last year. That's also another one of my faves. So
And
check
check
out bye
out
bye.
Bye Bye.
Yeah, bye bye
And
and
check out the
Better.
projects coming out later this year. There's so much coming out from Jeremy Passion, everybody. Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us today. Are you
Hey.
going to be on Twitch? Are you going to be actively like doing stuff on Twitch?
I want to, man. Dude, I want to because I've seen y'all do your thing, man, and it looks so fun, like to interact with people, and I kind of miss that the live interaction. So
Hmm.
then when I saw you on when I actually went to your show, I was like, dude, this is cool, man. I like this, and I like how y'all can talk. So yes, because I love playing PUBG. PUBG Mobile is kind of like the thing I love playing. It's kind of my pleasure and guilty pleasure outside of music and whatnot. It's my time off. I don't so I play PUBG and I want to do like live music streams on Twitch. But I got some friends that are gonna help me out, kind of get this whole thing together. I like this whole, you got the text and you got the chat and stuff, bro.
Man,
That I need to learn all that stuff.
it's
So
amazing, bro. I
yeah,
got you. I got you. Matter of fact,
for
we're going to
sure.
shout you out right now. It's Jeremy Passion Music, yeah?
Jeremy Passion Music. Yeah, please disregard the content that's on there. It's just literally me playing PUBG, whatever.
Honestly,
But
bro, people,
we'll get it started.
I'm pretty sure people are gonna follow you anyway. Everybody, make sure you follow Jeremy Passion Music right now.
Yay.
You never know. He might just start making some music. You might want to get a founder's badge or something if he, just goes crazy with it right now.
Yeah.
Well, Blitz World and the lunch table. Thank each and every one of you so much for joining us today. My name is Nico Blitz. We're going to continue this raid train going on for Mixed Global, the How Many Raid Train song produced by Illmind, Filipino, created
Oh
by
my.
Guapdad, half Filipino. And yeah, we're going to get it popping. Jeremy, thank you for joining us today, fam.
Thanks, Nico. Thank you guys. Peace.
Peace.